Okay, so snowblower maintenance on the Snowtek, 205cc, 9.5 foot-pounds of gross torque, as per SAEJ 1940. Who cares? It's an interesting little snowblower. It's powerful for its size. It's only a 208cc compared to the 350cc one I used the other day, which was made by MTD. It was MTD Gold 1550, whatever, basically a Briggs & Stratton. This motor here, by this company here, Ariens, of Ryan Street in Wisconsin. It's powerful for its size. I don't know if it's the chute design or whatever, but it throws. And I'm fixing it today. What happened, it just, the drive here, it's just intermittent, so I guess there's some oil or gas got in probably the friction wheel, or the friction wheel's burnt out. But the first step is to drain the fuel out of it, so when you flip it over you don't get any leaks. Some people say because the fuel line's on this side, and when you flip it over onto the bucket, onto the intake, auger intake bucket, it shouldn't leak. But I had a little bit of gas coming out, so I wasn't sure what was going on. I also had a bit of oil spill because I didn't have this on super tight. So you can see there's some oil there now. I hope that's not cracked. I don't think it is. It seems loose. I think this came from there. Anyway, make a long story short, I had to take off a bunch of nuts. So there's about, 10 nuts here. Sorry, bolts I'd call them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And they're all the same size. I call them mediums. And there's, except for two small ones. The small ones were here because it's probably close proximity to the muffler. I did have to loosen the starter up to get at this bolt to take it off, to get the ratchet in there, because I don't have any wrenches with me. I had to haul everything up in the Yeti bag because, I can't get the truck in here because I couldn't snowblow, so blah, 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 blah. Here I am fixing a snowblower up top of the hill. What am I doing now? Oh yeah, I took off all these. There's one shield here. They're metal, actually. Sometimes they're plastic, so that's nice to see. Metal shield. This is the shield on top of the actual muffler, and that came off nice. I left this third piece on over here because there's wiring in here with the on-off stop-start switch, your little kill switch here, and this choke. They come out pretty easily with some needle nose, and if you can see this style of release, so you just pinch them and it helps and pull, and they come out pretty easily, the choke and the fuel shut off. And it has a fuel shut off, so maybe I don't have to do all this and shut off the fuel. But every time I watch a video, people say, oh, shut off drain the fuel out of the tank. I don't want to spill here, so I put down a tarp. I'm at my nice property here. I don't want any gas anywhere. So I did that just to be safe, and now I'm probably going to, I'll put it back together at the end. I'm going to flip it over onto the bucket, onto the intake for the auger, and see if we can see what's going on underneath there. Take that bottom plate off and inspect, clean. I brought brake cleaner spray, which is also good for other things, including cleaning. Let's see, I got a bottle of it. Where the heck did I fucking put that? There it is. This shite says it's good for electrical and cleaning your brakes. So I don't know. Maybe it's good for cleaning stuff. I don't even know what the hell it is. Just spray liberally. I guess it's for electrical contacts, but it does say it protects rubber part. I guess I'm not supposed to use this on rubber. Well, I'll use a little bit of it. I'm sure it'll survive. So even though I drained the tank, I just wanted to point out that it is leaking out of the carburetor here. I guess that's normal. It's probably, I guess maybe I should have opened this up and drained the carburetor. I don't know. What's that? I mean, that's electrical, I suppose, there. I think this is your air intake hose here, right there. Anyway, maybe I should have drained that. doing? It's draining out of somewhere anyway. I got a cloth there. What do I know? Probably there. What do you think? If I drain that, the carburetor might have drained. I'm going to try that just so I know what to do next time. Yeah, so there was quite a bit of gas in that carburetor. That little nut has, this is the nut, the bolt here, the bolt that comes out here, and it's got a red kind of nice little washer on it. You can see the gas here. I'm not going to reuse this gas. It's got bits of metal in it and stuff. So I got this peanut butter container. It's been great. Had to borrow it from my hardware kit there, but there you go. Definitely not lag screws. I am going to try to put some lithium grease on all this hardware. The bolts, I mean. Those two nuts were just spacers. Somebody jerry-rigged a nice, they did a good job. It was my dad or Merrill or somebody. But they put a piece of wood on there for the starter plug-in, where you plug it into the wall there, 120. Anyway, back to work. Well, I lucked out. Look at this. Can you see that? So I had to take the tires off to get at, well, I could almost do it, but I took the tires off to get at these bolts. This bolt, they're all number 10 metrics, by the way. Pretty much every bolt, every one of these, and the ones I'm taking off now, these ones, I'm loosening these ones. But my dad or Merrill or somebody was kind, and I'm pretty sure that's never seasoned. I didn't bring any with me, and I wanted some because I want to put it on all of these threads. All the hardware, and I put them back in so they don't rust because they're hard to get out. Guess what? Loads of it right there. That's not grease, that's never sees. I'm sure of it. Look, I can even see evidence of the brush from the never sees. Anyway, back to the drawing board. Another thing I wanted to say is that's about it. I'm going to pop this off and see what's underneath. Press. Oh, I remember what I was going to say. Things to bring. So I brought a bit of lithium grease. That's always good to have. A little wee packet of it. A little container for gas. That's a good thing to have. Basic tools. Just a small ratchet thing. I'm just using a little guy. That's fine for everything. Number 10, I already mentioned that. I'll bring some oil just to lubricate. I'm going to try to it would have been good to have some WD up here. I didn't have any. So I would like to get this adjusted. It's pretty loose. You know, these cables. You know, there's a bit of an adjustment there. Why not? Yeah, you know what knees, nice, you know, lines and pliers, and your basic screwdrivers, and you're pretty much good to go. You don't need much to get this job done. I bring this too because I've dropped stuff inside of engine. That's a magnet, extendable magnet, and yeah, it's a pair of gloves. I should be wearing them. Let's put them on. And I bring some bigger hardware, but I probably won't use this. Adjustable if you need it. That's it. Really, there's not a lot of tools required for They've done that on purpose. There's pins on stuff, so these come with pins. You know, fairly straightforward stuff. Okay, this is the last video I'm doing for this project because I'm going to wrap it up. I have determined, well, let's just give you a tour. So the plate comes off the bottom. It's got these anodized bolts, all the same size, also number 10. This guy here is full, just full of the friction wheel and possibly belt for the auger. Detritus. It's just gross rubber shavings. And the rubber on the belt looks pretty good. I can't really tell, but I mean, the drive belt could be replaced. I could buy one, have it around. But this is very low. It's almost to the metal on this friction belt. And you can tell when I turn it, it's not even all the way around. It's thicker here and it's thin here. So this is why I guess it's intermittent when I go to engage it, maybe. Anyway, I want to replace that. And I'm going to figure out how to do that. And we're going to take it out and I'm going to go buy one in town. Cover all this back, put it all back together, cover it all back up, and then come back another day and replace that belt. That is what I'm going to do. Unfortunately, we're not going to get to do any more snowblowing today. But this is a great snowblower. It was given to me by some fine people in Bar River. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to clean this up and put it all back together. But first I'm going to take out that friction wheel. And that's what makes it go. You know, you need that. That's what drives it forward. And it's intermittent right now. It's done. It's not an issue. It's not even, I thought maybe this got grease on it, that friction plate. It's fine. This is done. And we'll get to it. Okay, I lied. It's not the last video. I want to capture this a little bit. So I stand corrected. Well, these are actually not number 10s. They're 3/8, which is close. So they are, the number 10 worked to get them off, but 3/8 is a little bit less than, see, 3/8, that's a 3/8. Yeah, that's 3/8. It's a little bit less than 10 millimeter. The 10 millimeter was definitely these ones because 3/8 would not work. So we have a combination of metric and standard on this snowblower, which is really interesting to me. Anyway, that's the way it is. Welcome to North America. So I found out I've got to take this bearing bracket off in order to get at this friction wheel. And I don't know, I haven't watched any video. I don't know how this is put together, but I see pins here. So there's a gear here. When you turn this, you see the motor drive belt is here. So this is always running when the motor's running. And when you engage the auger, this belt tightens and engages the auger onto this flywheel. And when you want to drive forward, you hit the other lever, and this moves down on a slider. And depending on where this is on this big wheel, that determines your speed. So right now it's close to the center. Up here we have it set to mid-range. And as you move this, let's go, where's the rabbit? Here's the rabbit here. And you see it went further towards the edge of the pulley. But this is some sort of a hex shaft here with pins on it. So I'm hoping that if I slide this, so it did slide on that as well. So it slides back and forth. And if I look over here, it's a round axle here. So I think a solid axle goes straight through that. I have to be able to get this off anyways. And there's 3 posi bolts on here. So I got to take those, I think 3. Yeah, 3 of them on there, if you can see. Camera, there they are. So some, whatever they are, hex, I can't tell. Probably I got some here. Let's just take a look in the old Snap-on kit. I have a big one. Yeah, I do have some Torx. So it's probably a Torx, probably a T40. Anyway, I do have to get that off, and I got to get it out of there. So I have to get the axle out as far as I can tell. So those pins might have something to do with it. These pins on either side. And anyway, I got to figure it out. So, all right. What's going on? So I just want to capture if I can. I know it's hard with the hands I got. I only got 2 hands, maybe 3 would be nice. This guy can come out. Put it in reverse first. So this is all the way over, reverse up here. So put your lever to, fast backwards. You can even go all the way. I think I didn't quite go all the way, but I should have. It will come out. Remove this bearing bracket. There's a washer. Careful, don't lose it. There's a bearing, a washer, and a bracket. And you end up with this kind of scenario. And then over here, you do the same thing. Bearing, and there's 3 3/8 screws. And there's an inner washer as well on the inside. Don't lose that. Put it away, set it aside. And then, I don't have my gloves on. I'm gonna put a glove on. Phones and gloves and all this, I don't know how people do it. This is why this doesn't get recorded, because people say, fuck it, I don't care, figure it out yourself. But I'm doing this, and I'm going to do it. So here, all the way to that side, and you'll see there's a little So now you have a bit of room to slide this back and forth. This comes in, and you see how this comes this way, and then you basically, all you can do now is move this all the way over there, and you got to lift it up into here, finagle it through here, and oh, it's hard. See, they just give you enough room somehow. There we go. That is out, and now I can take that whole piece, slide it off the shaft, off the axle shaft here. I will bring this. You can see how worn that is now. And this is the piece that just holds it in place. There's a small gear there. The big gear is there. And I'm going to replace that piece and hopefully get it back. Yeah. Back in service. That is the friction wheel. And that's it for today.